What's up, everyone? Today we are going to scrape web leads, whether you're a B2B SaaS company, whether you're a real estate agent, whether you are an agency owner. You're going to need some leads for outbound prospecting, and it's very difficult to get those leads from websites across either social media or something like the Yellow Pages. So today we're going to use Appify and Zapier to scrape these Yellow Pages website, bring that information into Zapier, and then create and send these over to Google Sheets so you can do like more easy or faster lead or outbound lead generation. So this is what we're going to do. If you go to yellowpages.com, and you can use these, a lot of different websites. This is common if you're using, it didn't work. If you're, let's do plumbers. We're gonna search for plumbers here, and then in Sunnyvale, California. So if you search this here, you're going to get a lot of different plumbers in an area, and you're going to get all this information. But it's really difficult to grab all this information, start sending emails or cold calling these. So what we want to do is get this into a Google Sheet so we can either more easily grab these or send some outbound emails based on this contact info. So we're going to go into Zapier, and what we're going to do is we're going to use a web scraper called Appify. We're going to run a scraper against the Yellow Pages. I'm going to walk you through how to do that. We're going to bring it into Zapier, and we're going to create a spreadsheet row based on each of the plumbers we found. And it's actually just a two-step process, so it's not too bad. But the web scraper part gets a little more complicated. So we're going to go to apify.com. There are other web scraper tools out there, and what this allows you to do is create kind of a UI or no-code automation for scraping websites. And the cool thing about it is there's website or pre-built crawlers for all sorts of different websites, either Facebook posts or Instagram or TikTok. And so today we're going to choose the Yellow Pages US scraper. You can create a test account here. There's actually, you get $5 of free credits. I think one scrape was like 15 cents. So each of these have different prices. So just check that out. I'm going to go into the actors because I've already saved this task. Well, you're going to create a new task here. And then in here, if you were to create the Yellow Pages US scraper, you're just going to press create task, right? And the cool thing about this is it kind of helps format the data for you. So you're going to choose the search option here and the location. So that's basically going to be putting this information at the top. So you can choose plumbers, and then you can choose Sunnyvale, California, whatever location you want. And then what's going to happen is you can kind of go through, there's some pre-built API configuration stuff here. But I'm just going to put max items. You don't have to worry too much about the settings for now. You can probably keep these all standard, but this is generally like how much memory or CPU you want to use. Are there timeouts on this? So a lot of configuration settings. And then you're going to go ahead and press start, and then this information is going to run. Once you're done, you're going to see a run process listed as complete here, and you're going to click on this item. And what you'll see, which is really cool, is already formatted for us. You can see we're grabbing the name, address, phone number, website, general information about each of the search results for that service and location. So really cool. We don't have to do any of the formatting or parsing of this HTML or JSON. And you can even see the JSON format, which is what we're going to use. So once you get this running, we're going to go over to Zapier. And you're going to create this first task in Appify. And you're going to connect your Appify account. You're going to need your API key. If you go over here, I believe down in settings, you can see your API key. And then you're going to input that into this app portion. And then for your triggered event, you can just do finished task run, right? Because that task is going to be running. As soon as it runs, it's going to populate the Google Sheets. You can use some automations here to trigger a run and then do it, but we're just going to say, okay, let's just run this once a week, and we'll get some more leads, and we'll publish this and put it into our Google Sheets. So We're going to configure this. This is going to choose the scraper. This is our test scraper here. Just know the one you're pulling from. And then we're going to test the step. And you can see it's pulled in the data from that website. We have a lot of metadata here about this request. But as you come down, you can see the usage credits for this run. But then you can see in the data set items, you can see each of the items. So we have item 1, and you can see reliable plumbing. Item 2, Circle G service code, and you can see the address and phone number. We want to take this information and input it into Google Sheets. The really cool thing about Zapier is they've made this very easy for us. Instead of having to take this information, and typically what you would do here is maybe loop through this information, and then based on each item you loop through, perform an action. And that's kind of where I started on this, and I hit some dead ends. Fortunately, if your information is formatted already in this JSON format, and you have a nice array here, which means, array of items, and it's formatted like this, you can go ahead and input multiple rows on your Google Sheets. So I'm going to delete this, go back. And we're going to create a Google Sheets step. And then in the action event, we want to put create multiple spreadsheet rows. See, here's that line item support. Create one or more rows in a specific spreadsheet, line item reports. And then you're going to test, connect your account. And then we're going to configure this. So now what we want to do is choose your spreadsheet. You want to go ahead and create a spreadsheet template. I've created one here. You can call it whatever you like. I have leads automation test. And then in the columns, you want to input the data that you want to save. So I just have company name and phone number. You can put address. You can put summary, description. We can put more information here that's in that scraped list of info. Same thing applies. So once you've set up your Google Sheet, you're going to come back. And then in your rows, you're going to choose the sheet item. And then in your rows, we're going to grab the data set item's name. So let me show you what this looks like. You're going to press plus. We're going to go into the finish task run. And then you can see for each of the rows, we have each of the data set items. So we have URL, name, image, we have the website, and you can see it's a list of each of the items here. If I press like more here, you can see there's going to be a list of those categories or a list of the general info for each item here. So the first one, we want to put the company name. We're just going to find our item here. Data set items name, which is super convenient. We don't have to do parsing. We don't have to do any loops. And then the next one, we're going to choose phone number. And then we're going to press continue here. And we're going to retest this step. And what it's going to do is based on those list items, because it's formatted for us, it's going to go through the list items and then it's going to input a row based on the columns here, right? Which is super cool. So now we're going to go back over to the leads automation test, and you can see, boom, we have a column of all of our names, and we have a column of each of the phone numbers. And really within 15 minutes, right, we can scrape all of the plumbers in this area. I have a limit of 10 or so here, but you can get the top 100 and expand your search over time, and then set up this Zapier automation to input this in a sheet where you can do other things from. Perhaps from this step, as new rows are added, you can then kick off drafted emails from this. So now you really have, in a click of a button, automation leads and outreaches about this, for your business. So let's summarize here. What did we do? We went to Appify. We created a new task based on the what they're called the scrapers, based on the actors, the Yellow Pages US scraper. We inputted our search and location, which is pre-configured for this scraper. And then we created our Zapier integration to pull those list items in and then create multiple rows based on the list items in that JSON format. So super easy. If you have any questions, let me know. And good luck with your web scraping.